Virgo. You know, I'm going to start off by apologizing. It's been a few weeks since I've been able to do videos, and, family and I were kind of really under the weather for a few weeks. And other stuff going on, holidays, and just blah, blah, blah. So it's taken a while to get back at it. I still have a little bit of a cough, so if I cough or clear my throat, I apologize, Virgo. We're going to talk about January 2021. I didn't say that right. And so this is a general read. As I always say, my disclaimer is this can't be for the entire Virgo collective. Okay, just impossible. Never going to be that way. So if it's not for you, that's okay. Just leave it. There's always another message another time that might be better suited for you. And there's so many other people here on YouTube you can check out. There's that too. So this, this card came out for Taurus. Flexible. But I do get a different meaning from this. But we're going to see. We're going to pull a Celtic Spirit Guide blessing with that Oracle card and an Angel card before we get into Tarot. Alright? Oh, yeah. A blessing for unity where there once was division. So, some things in your life that have been maybe not being communicated properly, or there's just a rift, or there's something. There's some healing coming through, Virgo, in January. But the flexible card is all about like being willing to hear the other side, being willing to let bygones be bygones, being willing to even forgive, right? Being willing to let resentment go. And you are the Rainbow Bridge. Okay, this is all about 4D, 5D stuff. And, that's an interesting card to come out. This is like, we are what we are. And we are what we make the collective. So this, to me, is like saying, you know what? You be the shining star. Be the bigger person. Be the example. And like this flexible card is saying, look, be willing to be the one who's spreading love in this circumstance. That's saying you get more flies with honey rather than vinegar. I'm not saying you want to attract flies, but it's saying that if you're not using the right method, you're not going to get what you want. And so if we're kind of just doing things out of spite or haphazardly, we don't get the result that we want. So this blessing on unity where there was division, this is all about being reunited with something from the past that has been held up, difficult. So I think we're going to use the Light Seers Tarot. We're going to use the Light Seers Tarot, yes. I like the Light Seers Tarot. It's one of my favorite decks. It's so thick, it's hard to shuffle. So when I shuffle my cards ahead of time before I do any videos, right? In this deck, it always takes so much to get them shuffled. It's just like really, really thick. When it first came out, the first run of this deck, they were so thin. The deck was about half the size. Same deck, and then they had to fix that. But now it's very hardy. So, but it's pre-shuffle. I just like to give it a little bit something extra here as we're talking about your reading. So, Virgo, you have the Tower in your recent past, and so you had this division, okay? So, to me, the Tower is about this division. It's about maybe you weren't willing to be flexible. Maybe you weren't willing to see another perspective. Or maybe this Tower is about that division. It doesn't matter. Apply it for your circumstances how you will. So, there is this kind of like the foundation was the only thing that was left, and I do feel like in a some type of relationship, that's really how I feel like this is. You have justice here. So to me the justice says this Tower had to happen because there's some things that had to happen. There's some things that really needed to just take place. Sometimes we don't understand why until we're like way down the road, even years later. And but there's this justice. There is like a balancing of things here. For others of you, this could be a business relationship, but I feel like for most of you, this is a friendship or a romantic relationship, or something has caused you to be divided from somebody. And then you have the Nine of Cups. Okay, you know, you didn't get your wish at first, but you haven't given up on this situation. You still think that there is potential in this, Virgo. And I do feel like you haven't given up hope on it. But there is this, like, the key is in this flexibility. And you'll know what that means if this reading is for you. What have you been unwilling to let go of? Or what have you been unwilling to give on? You know, are you being overly stubborn? You know, that we call that stubborn. Or are you just not seeing another person's perspective or something? But it's like you are the rainbow bridge. You are the shining star in this. You are the example. You are the healer in this circumstance. And you are the one spreading love, unconditional love, okay? So in January, so that's the recent past. In January, you have the Ten of Cups. So there is a reunification of this connection. And I think that's really what's on your mind too. But I think you're starting to see that there is a possibility of this happening. You have the Eight of Cups, and I think you have to let go of the bitterness of the past, Virgo. You have to let go of the bitterness of the past because really the only cup you have with the Eight of Cups is the one thing that's really holding you hostage. It's pissing you off. And so this is about letting that go. This is just abandoning the resentment or whatever it is that's kind of holding you hostage. So that's the message I get in this reading with that. In order to get the Ten of Cups, you have to walk away from, you have to go in a different direction. You have to try something new. You have to approach it from a different way. Again, flexibility is speaking to me on this. And then you have the Ace of Swords. So instead of overthinking this, you're starting to just get very, very simple about this and not overcomplicating things. So in January, you're getting a lot of clarity. But you're not just, this flexibility isn't just about saying, okay, you know, you were completely right and I was wrong. And so let's have it your way 100%. I think that this is holding you to like the things that are important to you, the things that you feel like are true, or the details that are important, or the things that, you know, really mean a lot to you. But this is also that simplicity coming out and saying, okay, you know, I have to look at this from a different perspective. I have to think about this differently if I want this circumstance to change. You have the Five of Pentacles moving forward. So this, to me, this moving forward, the Five of Pentacles is not about like I'm being like, okay, this situation is never going to mend. This situation is going to mend. I think that there's some things that have to be said and heard and dealt with. And it's a little bit painful. It's like revisiting what you felt like maybe you were kind of getting over. And so you kind of have to process like each other's hurt. You know, you have to process each other's what you... Maybe some of you lost something in this, maybe you didn't, and then that could be something tangible, but I don't think this is what it is. This is really saying that you felt abandoned, and maybe they felt abandoned, and so this is like airing the grievances. This is really talking about this and really working through it. And so I feel like this is like, okay, I'm getting away from everything. I'm getting away from this tower and everything that has caused this gap between me and this person or me and this circumstance. And you never gave up faith, never gave up hope that this could be fixed. And, you know, it's coming through for you. It is something that's going to come through. Yeah, the Six of Cups has come out in every, so many of the readings, maybe not all of them, but most of them I've done tonight. Different decks, same cards, stalking me. And it's like what you had in the past, you can have moving forward. So what it was that you loved about the past with this circumstance or this person, this situation, can be fixed. What you had then, you can have now moving forward. And that's kind of ultimately what this is about. Ten of Pentacles, look at that. That's beautiful. So moving forward, you're realizing that, okay, you know what? I could have what we had in the past. We just have to work through this. So Virgo, I love this reading. This is whatever this is about. Some of you, this is so much about a friendship. Others of you, this is really about a romantic connection. Maybe one or two of you, this is about some other kind of arrangement or circumstances, okay? But I do feel, you know, some of you, this is about a very personal connection. You have the Knight of Cups here, all right, in the outcome. So, you know, there is a reconciliation here. And Six of Pentacles, there is that energy of giving and receiving, reciprocation, reciprocity, and so many other words that come to me in this. The Seven of Swords is here. Okay. That's a card that jumped out. It wasn't on the bottom deck, but that's the one that jumped out. This is about getting away from that feeling like something was taken from you, robbed of something stole your joy, you know, whatever it is. But, you know, the Six of Pentacles and the Knight of Cups, it's like you're finally able to get back to that give and take of things, that yin and yang, you know, all the good things that you valued about this in the past before this tower came through. There's a meeting of the minds. There's a restoration. There will be unity. There will no longer be division with this person, place, thing. And but it's all in shining your love through the darkness in this, and being willing to be flexible and not being so rigid. And I think that maybe is kind of what you're kind of seeing. Maybe this could be about the other person is finally being flexible too. So, you know, keep that in mind, Virgo. That was your reading. If it resonated with you, leave me a thumbs up. Maybe some of it did and others parts of it didn't. That's great. But if you enjoyed it, leave me a thumbs up. Leave me a comment. Let me know, Virgo. And if you're not a subscriber, subscribe. Hit the bell notification if you want to hear more from me down the road too when you subscribe. So I appreciate each and every one of you. I'm hoping that we all have a big turnaround in 2021. So you know, we'll see. I think we got better things coming for us in the year ahead, and I'm going to keep a positive outlook, be the rainbow bridge, right? Crossing over to the other side to a better place. So let's just keep that positive mindset. All right. Have a great rest of your day, and man, have a great 2021. Have a great start. Readings have been, for the most part, very positive. So I like the vibe. I like the feel that I'm getting for general reading. So I'll talk to you again. Thanks.